Our today's topic is feeling single inside a marriage. Imagine being married but still feeling alone every single day. Sleeping next to someone but feeling like nobody truly see you. Today's conversation is deep. It's real and it might hit close to home. Welcome to JB-Boscant TV. Real people, real talk, and real stories. Joining me today is someone who is going to help us break this down from a real and honest perspective. Thank you for being here with me. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shay. Let's talk about something, Shay.
Mhm.
Today, we are going to be talking about marriage. And what we'll be talking about is feeling single inside marriage.
Okay.
And I will be asking you this question. And from your own perspective, I would like a direct and conversational answer to all the questions. And if you have some questions, you can ask me because I will still answer you. It's going to be a conversation tonight. So, can someone be legally married but emotionally single?
Yeah. Because you will have people in a marriage where they don't get no emotional support. They don't get, they just feeling lonely, feeling like a single whole woman. Like they get no emotional support, they get no empathy, they get nothing. They just get no love. They don't get no physical love. They don't get no mental love. They don't get no spiritual love. They don't get no good guidance. Everything is left for them to do all on their own in a marriage. And a marriage is supposed to be two people in a covenant of one.
So, but what does it really mean when a woman says, I feel single in my marriage?
She feel ignored. She's in the house with a person that ignores her. She feel ignored. Do you know what it's like to come in the house and don't get greeted? And the first thing that a person does, haven't seen you all day, they come in, ignore you, might give a little hi, and that's about it. Don't ask about your day. Don't ask about what went on. Don't ask about anything about what was going on with you while y'all were apart. So when you have that, it's like, what's going on that's stopping the communication in a household where two people at once probably couldn't wait to talk to each other, couldn't wait to see each other, couldn't wait to hold each other. But now none of that exists anymore. So people really be searching for the what happened.
So, do you think that lack of communication is the biggest reason people start feeling alone in marriage? Because you said something as when you walk into the house, you get no high or whatever. So, do you feel that lack of communication is the biggest?
No, that's not the biggest. The biggest is most people once they're in the marriage, and I'll say about a year or two go on, they get bored. They get bored with the marriage. So it's like, mm, especially if they're going outside of the home and they see other, you know, genders of people and they're around them. And especially if they're communicating with them every day, like as far as work, that's why you find a lot of people have work husbands and work wives and stuff, and they already got a wife or a husband at home because that person that's usually there fulfilling everything that the person that they're actually married to is not fulfilling.
That is not fulfilling. So you said in some point that people do get bored in marriage. So what brings about that bored? Because I don't really know. You got married that's supposed to be a union, then you start getting bored at the middle of the marriage?
Because some people in a marriage, some people physically change over the years. So if you have a person that physically changes over the years, you get bored with them. You don't want to, some, and majority of it is sexual, physical, sexual touch. You don't want to touch your spouse no more because they don't look the same. He don't look the same no more. She don't look the same no more. So that's not the person that you actually fell in love with. You know, a lot of people, they really don't grow past, she's not going to look like this forever. That's why you find a lot of people who will ostracize the woman that actually stood there and loved you through everything for somebody that's more physically attractive. And that's usually what leads to people feeling lonely because their spouse attention has went elsewhere.
So what are the silent signs? What are the signs that women are struggling in our marriage but not saying anything about it? Is there any sign that when you see people struggling in their marriage, is there any sign?
Yeah, you just, all you have to do is just pay attention. If they're ever sitting together, if you see two married people ever sitting together, just pay attention how they sitting with each other. Pay attention how she looks at him when he talks. Pay attention how she looks at him when he speaks. Pay attention how he looks at her when he speaks. Pay attention how he looks at her if she get up. Anything, you can see all kind of signs in people. I have been, you can go out to a restaurant and you can see two people sitting at the table not having one conversation. He in his phone, she's in her phone, and everybody's eating. You never once see them conversate at all between the two people.
So what are they doing out there?
Nothing. They just existing in a marriage. Two people just existing in a marriage.
So what was more, being single and alone? What hurts more, being single and alone, or being married and still feel alone?
I think being married and being feeling alone. I would rather be single with that feeling than be married with that feeling. Because if you marry with that feeling, I mean, what brought y'all together? If you in a marriage but you feeling single, somebody is, it's a lack of communication somewhere. Somebody has lost the love. The love is gone somewhere. So where did the love go? That's what you have to ask. And usually if the love is gone, it's gone. Somebody is gone. It ain't going, it's not gonna be fixable. Because once somebody steps out, even an emotional relationship with nobody, it don't have to even be physical, it can be emotional relationship with somebody. Once you have an emotional relationship with somebody outside of your marriage, you will find yourself speaking to them and talking to them about things that you don't even discuss with the person that lay in the house with you.
So you believe that it's better to be alone?
Yeah, than being married and feel alone in a marriage.
So you don't think that feeling alone in the marriage can be repairable sometimes, that you can still repair it, repair the cause?
If it was repairable, don't you think those two people that entered into a covenant of marriage will be able to sit down and fix it? It won't go on for years and years and years.
Yeah, because I believe that these are two different people that comes together out of love, and sometimes they don't know each other real good before they get into marriage or whatever. Then at the point in time, you begin to find out that this character I don't like this character I don't like this. Not mostly because of physics. That is what I myself believe. Not mostly because of how this person looks, but mostly because of the character that this person is, the attitude that this person is given.
I beg to differ, because you will find men and women that have a spouse that has a great character. Everything's great about them, but they just might not be physically what they're looking for.
So you say it's possible to stay loyal in marriage?
Yeah.
And stay loyal in marriage where you feel unloved? No. Is it possible to stay loyal in marriage where you feel unloved, unseen, or unappreciated?
I'll say it is it will I'll say the time will dwindle down. You will have a short amount of time with that person once they start feeling that feeling. Once they start feeling those feelings, everything they feeling alone, they feeling they don't have your support in nothing. I mean, physically, they're just done with the relationship. You have to see the signs of somebody that's camped out of the relationship but haven't physically left yet. Because the
So you
signs are there.
so the signs are there, but you are telling me that the community, that the society is, is pressuring women to stay in marriage even when they are emotionally checked out of the marriage.
Yeah, but it go deeper than that. It's like culture as well. Because you see women that stay in marriage in other cultures and they only stay in marriage because they know they don't have any help at all. They have to search their mind on what's gonna happen here with this, what's gonna happen here with this. And most of them, once they get finished searching their mind for all of this, what's gonna happen if I leave, they'd rather just stay. And you have a lot of people that's really just staying in a marriage because they literally feel like it's nothing else.
Yeah, because okay, it's nothing else. Like in America, I know that a lot of women has privilege, more privilege than even men do. In Africa, over there, men has more privilege in marriage because I believe that. But why is it that in this same America that people, husband on a life wife, wife on a life husband, and they are in America whereby they have more privilege to say, I'm done with this marriage. And these ladies are still, I don't know what you understand what I mean
Because
by
some
that.
people really don't want to see you with nobody else. Because once you get the feeling of somebody being in a relationship with somebody, you know how that person treats you. You know how they make you feel, even though
Mm-hmm.
you don't like it. So when you think that they're finna actually move on, you're gonna know that you know the type of person. I don't care how you try to disguise that person and describe that person to everybody else, it's useless. But you know, once they leave, you know all of what that person bring and brought to you, they gonna bring to somebody else, and people don't want to see you with nobody else. That's why you find people unaliving their spouse, unaliving this. It goes a lot of ways why people unalive spouses, their spouse in a marriage. It's a lot. It's
There's
a
a lot,
lot.
but do you think that societal pressure, there's some pressures that come
I
from
think
friends
when
and family
I think no, I
or
think in
culture?
culture does, because I know I know like a lot of women overseas are pressured to stay in a marriage because a lot of overseas marriages is all about the man. It's all about what you're going to make the man look like. So those
But
women,
that's how the culture fits it though.
I know, but that is the reason why you find a lot of those women, once they make it, if they ever get a chance and make it to America, that's why you see most of their marriages
Cry.
crush. It's over with. You know why? Because now that woman is in a position now to where she can make a life and make a money for her own self. She don't have to stay and take mistreatment because of financial.
Mm-hmm.
She don't have to stay.
Is
Because
that
a
what
lot
you
of women
think?
stay because the man has basically, you know, they got kids.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really have the education like that to, forward. And then once they get to looking at all the obstacles they're going to have to go through with the kids and all that, most women just stay. Even though they don't like it, they don't want to be in that marriage, they stay. A lot of
So
women stay for the
do you
kids.
think that they don't speak up while in Africa? Do you think, because you said this, that in Africa, once they come here and get opportunity, once
They're
they
gone.
get opportunity,
Fume,
so
they're out of here.
you are telling me that all Africans that came here with their wife, they are found, they are gone.
I'm not saying that they're fumed, they are gone, but if you was to sit down and she was to honestly be open and able to express herself freely, that man would not get a good version of himself from her.